The rain lashed down with fury, thunder rumbling like drums of war in the distance. Inside the expansive Adeyemi mansion, the marble floors reflected the golden chandeliers above, but despite the grandeur, the house was a shell of warmth. In the master bedroom, Chief Adetokunbo Adeyemi, once the titan of Nigerian industry, lay frail and weary in his plush bed, holding an old photo of a smiling woman and a younger version of himself. Beside him, quietly folding blankets, was Amara, the housemaid. In her early 20s, soft-spoken and kind, Amara had worked in the Adeyemi mansion for 4 years. She was invisible to most, yet her eyes observed everything. "Chief, you need to keep warm," she said, gently laying the blanket over him. He looked at her with a faint smile. "You still call me Chief. Everyone else calls me Old Man with Money." She chuckled softly. "To me, you're more than money. You're human." That very night, his oldest son, Teyo, burst into the room, reeking of impatience. In his late 30s, Teyo had the aggressive charm of a politician and the greed of a vulture. "Dad, the Abuja property deed, I need your signature. Investors won't wait forever." Chief sighed, his voice a whisper. "There's still time." "Not for you," Teyo muttered, his voice thick with contempt. He slammed the door as he left. Amara remained silent, her heart aching. Word of Chief Adeyemi's declining health spread. The mansion filled with his children, those who had ignored him for years, and relatives he hadn't seen since his wife's funeral. Adaora, his glamorous daughter who lived abroad, returned draped in diamonds. There was also Mrs. Eunice Adeyemi, his second wife, who'd married him in his later years. She wore perfume and suspicion. Amara continued her duties in the shadows. The family mocked her openly. "Still scrubbing floors, girl?" Adaora sneered one afternoon. "She probably hopes for a tip in the will," Teyo joked. They laughed. Amara smiled politely and kept working. One day, an elderly man arrived. It was Mr. Dyke, Chief's oldest friend and former business partner. He entered with dignity and a walking stick. "I've come to be by my friend's side," he said. "You mean you've come to sniff the will?" Eunice said with a smirk. Chief smiled when he saw him. That night, he called Amara to his bedside. "They think I'm a bank vault," he said. "But you've been my family. You remind me of my late daughter." Amara's eyes welled up. "I only did what's right, sir. I changed my will. They'll hate you for it. But stay strong." He died before dawn. The house echoed with wails, most of them theatrical. 3 days later, the family gathered in the grand library. The late chief's lawyer, Barrister Olanrewaju, stood before them with a sealed envelope. As per Chief Adetokunbo Adeyemi's final will and testament, he began, his entire estate, including companies, properties, and liquid assets valued at 5 billion naira, is left to Amara Ease. There was a stunned silence. Then chaos. "What?" Adaora screamed. "She's a maid," shouted Teyo. "She seduced him." Eunice gasped. "This is witchcraft." The will was signed, witnessed, and notarized, Barrister Olanrewaju confirmed. Amara's hands trembled. She didn't know the full extent of Chief's bequest. "They can't do this," Teyo growled. "We'll see her in court." And they did. The court proceedings were brutal. They accused Amara of manipulation, of forging signatures, of being Chief's secret lover. "She's lying," Eunice cried. "She bewitched him." Amara stood in silence until the judge demanded her testimony. "I never asked for anything," she said, voice steady. "He trusted me because I cared for him. That's all." The judge paused, then gave his verdict. "The will is legal. The estate belongs to Amara Ease." Back at the mansion, Amara found her old room locked. The family had taken their rage out on her belongings. A flashback takes us to her past. Amara, the daughter of a school teacher, had dreams of becoming a nurse. But after her father died, her uncle took their land and threw her out. She worked as a cleaner, then a housemaid, never losing her dignity. Chief Adeyemi had noticed her humility and resilience. Over time, she became his confidant. She reminded him of the daughter he had lost in an accident years ago. Now heiress to billions, Amara found herself in headlines across the country. Asterisk, from Maid to Mogul. Asterisk, paparazzi hounded her. Opportunists approached with fake tears and wild stories. Teo tried to embezzle funds from one of the estate's companies. He was caught and jailed. Edaora tried to sell jewelry that no longer belonged to her. Eunice claimed Amara poisoned Chief and demanded another autopsy. But Amara focused on rebuilding. She restructured the companies, paid off debts, and created jobs. She also set up the Chief Adeyemi Foundation, providing scholarships to underprivileged children. In one emotional scene, she returned to her father's village. She built a clinic and a school there in his name. "I never got to be a nurse," she told the villagers. "But now, I can help many become one." Months later, Edaora came to see her. Her makeup was gone. She looked tired and pregnant. "My fiancé left. I have nothing," she said quietly. "Help me." Amara looked at her, pain and compassion dancing in her eyes. "I forgive you," she said, "but I won't forget. Take this chance, and don't squander it." She helped Edaora find housing and a job in one of the foundation's programs. In a quiet moment, Mr. Dyke visited Amara. "He would be proud," he said. Amara smiled. "He gave me a new life. I intend to honor it." Amara walks through the school courtyard. Children run past her, laughing. She lays flowers on a plaque, asterisk, in loving memory of Chief Adetokunbo Adeyemi, a man of vision, asterisk. Sometimes, legacy is not about bloodline or fortune. It's about the lives you touch and the hearts you heal.